Hey guys, it's Rabbi Pearlson. I've been thinking a lot about you all because it was 35 years ago that I was on the high school in Israel, and it really changed my life. It contributed a lot to who I am and what type of rabbi I am. In this week's Torah portion, I want to remind you that in Parshat Pinchas, we learn about the 5 daughters of Tzalafchad. He died in the desert, and we were about to enter into the land of Israel after 40 years in the desert. And they came to Moses and they said, although we're 5 daughters, our father died, had no sons. We want our portion in the land of Israel. They demanded an inheritance, even though they were women. And Moses went to God, and God said, they're right. Women have the right to inherit the land of Israel. The reason why it's so important is that, just last week and the week before, we had rebellions against Moses, people who stood up to Moses. Why wasn't this considered a rebellion? But also, very, very importantly, why now? Why now all of a sudden? They were in Israel in the desert for 38 years. Why didn't they talk to Moses about inheritance then? The rabbis explained it's just now when they're going into the land of Israel. For 38 years, they already divvied up all the cattle that we got from Egypt and all the gold and the silver and the jewelries. They didn't care about that. So over the 38 years or 39 years that we were walking in the desert, they didn't care about material things. But now we're getting into the land of Israel. That's something they wanted because they loved the land of Israel. And so, like I said, 35 years ago, high school in Israel really changed my life. And I hope that your love for the land of Israel, like the daughters of Tzalafchad, is going to elevate you and those all around you. Because when you stand up for the land of Israel, when you fight for the land of Israel, even if it's standing up against a Moses, it means a blessing for you and for our community. I'm looking forward to you guys coming home, and with your love of Israel, what you've learned and how much you've grown, that you'll take your place rightfully as leaders amongst our community here at Temple Menorah. And I expect you all to become even more active in the causes for the people of Israel. I love you and have a great Shabbos. Bye-bye.